And he's done it, 71 years young. Efren Reyes at the Legends Cup has won his time World 9-Ball champion, Thorsten Homan. Thorsten, thanks for joining us, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me here in the Philippines, witnessing 4 of my idols growing up, battling it out.
Yeah, there's no question.
He just wants to play every tournament still and prove that he still belongs on the scene.
Yeah, I was actually touching on that. I feel like he's playing as many events as the young guys out there, which is fascinating to see. And, well, here's another right side of the table. For me, Thorsten, I know you'll probably agree with this, when he was in his prime.
Yeah, that's one thing that has always inspired me, that he doesn't take any shot for granted. Never. I've never seen him let loose on any shot in his career. And
yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised at that. I think that that's the way you'd have to look at it when you played Efren, especially in Efren's era. You really didn't have anything to lose. And I think you're supposed to get up to play Efren and enjoy it. Did he beat the 8 here? I think he's... no. This is his break cue. Okay, I thought he did too as well, but he didn't. It's his break cue. So you can jump with the break cue. I thought it was just the playing cue. Old Efren Reyes has slowed down a little bit over the last couple of years, and for many reasons, and he's just I don't know anybody that's played more.
And in the first rack, I tried a bank shot, low percentage, and Efren absolutely butchered me. He never went for anything fancy and just killed me. I think 11-1, 11-2.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so we are playing on a standard table here, and I don't think that hurts Efren. And 4.5-inch pockets, fresh cloth. I think that probably will bode well for him. Years old. Still out here running out. Efren Reyes in game number 1, making it. And the crowd has thickened. Reyes takes game number 1 in all of them. Now, this is an area that I'm not too familiar with, but that answers the question there. He has the 1 and the 2 down with position.
You see online playing against local players in the Philippines, sometimes traveling abroad. I think he will never ever stop playing. He would come in a wheelchair and still wanting to compete.
It's shocking to me, though, at 71, how good he still plays. Used all of the pocket there. Longevity, great format. This is a race to 11. Ralf Souquet, 57 years old. Efren Reyes, 71. Here, does he have to come around? I think he's fine to hold. Can go behind at 1 rail. Big stretch here, Thorsten.
Yeah, so far, Efren's in control.
Yeah, really looking good after game number 2. It's 2-0.
And that was my first trip to the Philippines ever, 2003. And then we had the World Championships for a few years in Manila. And then it kind of died, unfortunately, and that I've opened the recent years. I remember before COVID, there weren't too many places really that I felt comfortable, and now it's, you know, between Pac-Man Q Club in Mandaluyong, all these Sharks and the Marboys, and
favorite places to travel to for so many different reasons. And I know that you have a condo just a few blocks from here, correct?
I have a place here in Quezon City. And one more thing, are you invited? No Q Club.
Oh, I can't wait. I will check it out. I've been to several of them around here, so I'm definitely going to check on that. And look at this. He does look really nice so far. I don't know if he's kind of the lower right. It's most likely going to be the draw ball. He tried to punch it.
Yeah, there's a lot of body movement there. It's when you don't feel comfortable, right? You don't know exactly. Instead of rolling with outside, trying to punch the ball, I think they feel it more and just not as confident.
No, it's a great point, though. You're absolutely right. Confidence because they're not in the mix quite as much. Whereas Ralf, I think, is still going to play more traditionally in the way it's kind of meant to be played. It all has to,
the experience should make you be the favorite, but also, you're younger, you're hungry, you want to practice more. That's all you want to do, and it just affects you more physiological when the heat is on and you get nervous. Your arms start shaking a little more, and you lose the precision, the touch, and the confidence. It's a little harder when you're older.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a fine line with age, right? You want to be able to mix that experience with that talent and that hard work and raw ability when you're that player. Souquet on the board, trailing 2-1 the last day and a half while they've been here practicing. All the years of playing each other has really kind of built up to now, and they're taking it very serious. Okay, a little thick there. Did get the wing ball down, which is something I've noticed consistently.
This event, because I was born and I grew up in Germany. I got my U.S. citizenship last year, and I've spent
let me just take a guess. At least a decade, off and on.
You're close, but still way off. I've been in the United States for over 20 years.
Well, that doesn't make sense if I'm close but still way off.
Honestly, I just want to represent the United States. I've been here.
Oh,
ball in hand.
Yeah, the shoulder movement.
20 years. I've built a life there. I have a house. I have friends. It's given me an opportunity to make money doing what I love. I wanted to represent the United States. It's a whole new chapter of my life that motivates me and try even harder when I go out there and practice. So that's really my motivation. It's not
necessarily the Moscow Cup.
It's not one turn.
I think this is a little thinner than it looks.
Can he avoid running into the 6?
Yeah, I believe so. Well, no, he couldn't. So it was much thinner than it looked.
Sped up the cue ball too.
It turned out.
Winning the first 2 racks and then missing ball in hand, that kind of sends a message to Ralf like, hey, have a good chance here. As much as he's always enjoyed playing Efren in tournaments, I think he has a bad record against Bustamante.
Well, one thing, there's been a lot of drama, and I feel like the setting here is as good as it gets. That's what applies the pressure to these players. But it's also one of the reasons I think the Filipinos and Asian players have always been so...
They live and breathe with their player, want them to win, and the level of noise is second to none here.
It is. As big as I'd expected in the beginning. They are standard 4.5 inch. You don't really want to attempt to get on that. Yeah, this is going to be short. Now he's got to deal with the 9. This is your could play this to the upper left and just try to tuck down below the 8. I believe he's going to just flick it over if you can. Oh, can he see it? Oh, he can see it. This is a completely different view. Watch out now. The cue ball has a tendency to want to arc out there in the middle. It slows it down. The 8 becomes big. I think he's even money here.
Oh, what a shot. Beautiful. And drew the cube up.
Really nice. Yeah, just like that, 2 in a row for Souquet. We are tied up at 2 apiece. To play a couple of them, boy, they were very, very difficult.
Yeah, very special format. I think we had 5 or 6 matches every day, round-robin format, race to 8. So you'd be playing for 6 to 8 hours every day for about a...
Dry here. Going into the bottom of the 6. He doesn't want to land. Yeah, he might do it.
If anybody can get up there, it's Efren.
Yes, he did it. There is nobody better. And he didn't get there, though. It was in track. Yeah, hard to turn it down. Master of the table out by 1 point in 2010. Oh, this is going to be nice.
Doesn't really see that, right? You'd think maybe I can run into the 9 or I stay below the 9, but he knows in order to run out the table, he needs to
Can't beat the corner, so he's got to draw out and past the 9. No problem. I mean, no problem. 71 years young, putting a little juice on the squeeze. Sticking out. Settled down. This will work. The speed is almost ideal. It is ideal. Well, nice response by the GOAT. Reyes. First, let's catch the break from Efren Reyes. Yeah, a little thick again, I believe. Let me hear your answer. It's insane.
Aesthetically,
yeah,
the most beautiful venue I've ever played.
Yes.
The only thing missing is the energy and the spectators, like here in the Philippines. Like if we had that crowd.
I almost feel like he might be playing a two-way here. Yeah, he was going at a two-way. He just caught it a little thin. He's fluked the purple 5. Might. And that's kind of, he's overhit this, but that's kind of what you were touching on, right? He's always playing the right shot, right? And the buzzer going down in the background could have affected him a little bit. I don't know that he's too comfortable with that, played around it much. Interesting. I saw a little movement there in the back arm with the break cue.
He really likes that. I'll take a chance of hitting the 9 here. Oh, he hit it straight.
Not the worst. Or safety, but stay aggressive.
After spending about 2 months, sharing rooms, traveling from tournament to tournament, and Ralf actually won a nice tournament in Mexico, which I was really happy for him. It's tough when you win a nice little tournament in Mexico.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I completely get it. Yes, it's extremely tough, and more credit to him, right? That's going to fall at 57 years old.
Most of the pool players, I would have no problem going in a foot race, if it's short distance, but he can still be out there and run 10K easily.
Something that seems to be in common with a lot of these pool players is the, running, really the cardio is where it's at.
That was really the key position.
Yeah, and a lot of guys will avoid that high inside ball on fresh cloth just because they're a little scared of it. Kind of something you were touching on a little bit earlier.
Somebody that likes to roll the ball with spin, where I like to punch the ball. I like to spear a ball in if it's half across the table, and Ralf is the
player at the highest level. Obviously, will stun when he has to, but it's a good point. 12:50 in the afternoon here in Manila. We are all tied up again.
With the alternate break format, you see much more closer matches. I'm just a fan of the winner break. I like when someone hits a gear and strings racks together.
Yeah, I fully agree. I think this particular event is warranted for the alternate the break. We played in the lower right. The 3 will lead to it. Just want to get kind of flat, really big. Gonna have to check this a bit.
It's harder to do on a new cloth.
Just
People
gonna
will
play
like kind of slide out, but I did
the hold. He might just play the 4-6 combination. There's nothing wrong with it. 6 in a pretty big ball position. Okay, he did be able to tuck under. Great touch this back. Looks like he's going forward. Watch the point. That helped him. Still fast. He's actually playing better than I had expected, if I'm being honest.
I just want to tell you real quick, I have a student in New York to a private club there, plays for 3 hours, goes home, and he invited me to his birthday party, which I couldn't do because I was here in Asia, but he turned 100 years old.
Yeah. I have a couple of students there as well.
Morris, he plays every day. Unbelievable. So, in that sense, Efren is still a spring chicken.
Yeah. Does Moritz play at the highest level? Can still play at such a high level. That's amazing. 100 years old. Every day?
Plays every day.
Wow.
Decision who's going to play, and it's so easy for me to say, hey, you know, you guys go and play, you know, and you're so experienced. But Ralf is always the one who would step up and say, I'm ready to play, whether he felt like that.
Of course.
And but sometimes you just gotta, you know, pretend, step it up, you know, be brave, and well, yes or no, yes, I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna be there. I'm up for the challenge.
Yeah, I think that's a great lesson. And he's cut the 2 a little thin to the 5. And clock winding down there. He's just going to pinch back and sew him up. That's what it looks like. Interesting.
I think if he has the space, he can keep the cue ball there behind the 6. 7 helps him. And then I'm going to play a good safety. Because at the end, you want to win, right? You want to play the percentages. But when you're young, you might not have the creativity. You just want to go for everything.
Yeah, 26 years old. He's always playing the percentages. Ralf has always been that way as well. Even when he was younger, Ralf was always disciplined in that aspect. Look at this. Easy to catch a piece of the ball there. Efren's right.
It looks like he's going outside.
Yeah, on the new cloth, maybe, but it's easy to catch this a little heavy with the outside ball. He's handled it well. Very well. Kind of felt like this would be where Efren might have a few hiccups mid-match, mid to later part of 57 and 71 years old in the 2 players. Between all 4 players, 254 years old combined. Identical to what they were like 30 years ago. Nothing ever changes around the table for this guy. As Thorsten mentioned early on, he's never taken...
I wish I could say that for myself,
oh,
but
don't
no.
we all? Yes.
It's also when you practice, right? a bit more relaxed and you tend to be sloppy. The hard work and you try to play perfect. And when you compete, you just, you have fun, not the other way around.
Really good advice there, actually. Django Bustamante, Earl Strickland, Efren Reyes, and Ralf Souquet. If they didn't, it's probably a nice little surprise. Yeah, clever, using the two.
The whole industry behind it, right? Making, selling jump cues that funds the tournaments as well. And it's a skill.
I don't match or something like that, but I think you have to have it.
It was Ralf who had the idea that you could only use a jump cue if your opponent plays a safety. Like in this case, if you hook yourself.
Yeah, you just want to chip the 50% of this ball, right? Come on down. Oh, he tried to come in thicker, and I think it's going to work out just fine.
But then you remember bonus ball.
Of course.
Just too many rules can also be, especially if you're trying to bring new people to the sport. You try to keep it simple.
Yes. Didn't want the flick on the 9. Ray is going to have a look.
Back in the days with the bigger pocket, he would kill the cue ball and make the pocket even bigger, right? Versus going back and forth. And,
whether it's a big pocket or a small pocket, he could take advantage of that new cloth in that aspect, whereas a lot of players did not or do not. Now here, I think how he finishes. The bank is in. And the position, I don't think you take a chance of moving these. Yeah, well done. Yeah, it looks like it. Coming out twice out of the lower left.
That's good.
In the driver's seat to be up by 2. Lee City, 71 years old. Efren Reyes. Misses the 9. Felt he was going to miss this, but boy, this is a tester for Souquet under the gun. And now we're hearing the crowd. My goodness.
Is he going to overcut it or hit it with pace? Because you don't want to scratch, right? If you roll it.
The clock is winding down. I'll tell you what, people think he missed that ball, but side rail. Oh, and it's long. Did not expect this. Got it down. It wiped its feet. Reyes. And you are in Ralf Souquet's position. It's not easy. Needs a break and run here. Safety is straightforward. I don't blame him if he goes at this. Okay, he's just going to lay the 2 down. Just didn't feel like it was easy to do that. Felt like uh-oh. Uh-oh. Little thick. Yeah, pretty good touch, irregardless, behind the 9, but he's leveled out like it plays, so it must go to the lower left. Oh, he's good here. Really, he's over the 7, as you mentioned. Awkward. Pretty good there. Unless you're Efren, of course.
It's easy to hammer the ball in, right? But
Yes.
you never get position. But to slow roll this with spin, great job.
A really good hit there as well. Game number 15. Barring any miracle, will go to Souquet. Back within 1.
Very happy, and I'm looking forward to play one of the feature tables next month.
Oh, that's awesome. Classic Billiards in Fort Lauderdale. Dave and Leah Bartosiak are the hosts. We're excited to go to that venue. It's an amazing place, and excited to have you to represent. But it's a start. And this is where he's clever. You really don't want. He's using a high inside to do the same thing. Yes, arcing it. Well, he had the right idea.
No question here, Ralf is going to attack. He was going to hit the 8.
Yeah, nice call. Yeah, that's what Thorsten was just touching on. So now he is elevated. Did he get away with this? I believe he has.
Put a little bit of spin, it immediately affects what the cue ball does.
Oh, this is the GOAT. He still kicks the ball extreme.
Have Chris Melling execute and Efren call the shots. That would be a good combination. It's just so smart.
Yeah, I couldn't argue with that. I think he's got the brightest IQ ever in the sport. I don't believe, can he go at this cross side? No. It's going to pay off for Souquet. And I get a feeling.
And doesn't want to end up behind the 8.
These guys are. It's really kind of tense in this room. There's not a light mood at all. Crowd also, you can feel the tension by strain.
So depending on whether they win or lose, you want to have more
shootout as well. At one point, Efren was leading 3 games, 7 games. Then it was 1. And now it is none. Souquet has tied it up. 8 games apiece after in Manila. Souquet to break, all tied up. And it seems to be the story cue ball is.
combination.
Yeah, this is where I want to see if the nerves can hold or could carry him through. little short of the mark again, so he's going to have to work the cue.
But I think he has the perfect angle to come 3 rails around. Oh, there's the 8. No, I was wrong.
Oh, and that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt extension. Oh, the speed looks pretty good here. Wow. Going airborne with the quote-unquote break cue. Feel like there's work left to do here.
It's nicely done.
Kind of drawn down towards the left corner. You're looking to punch out.
Oh, wow. More angle than I thought.
Snuck it
Wow.
right past the 9. Reyes to go up 1. And he is there. Yeah, you can say that again. I would be highly surprised if, but maybe he knows that he needs to catch the 1 thinner. Ended up winning that rack with a combination on the 9. Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering, but he played it behind the 6th, Thorsten. I believe that he played this.
You think?
Yes, the way he acted, and that's how clever Efren is. He just does things like that. Big shot here for Souquet. Boy, he made that look real easy. No body movement whatsoever.
Hit it a little bit in between.
Yeah, he's not going to like this. Yeah, he is not going to like this ball high enough. Yeah, that's not going to get it.
6 ball? No.
Yeah, it's not going to get it. I'm a little... Wow, did he find the gap?
Perfect speed.
Yeah, he deserves a little bit of credit for that shot there, being elevated directly over the 6. The body movement. It's part of his game. He has a bad shoulder injury that he's been faced with for many, many years. Perfect to go forward here. Not be a problem. Really, these balls in to get to the hill. Reyes in the lead, 10 games to 8, 1 away.
I remember watching that. It was in Sweden, Borlänge, Sweden, where he beat Tom Storm. I think 11-0 or 11-1 in the final. Needs a roll here.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think that's probably best. Somewhere into the upper right corner. Efren will not turn this down. Yeah, well, let's see. This is when it really matters. Yeah, you're right. I don't know that he played that, Thor. Yeah, once he come around the 7 here. Checking it out of the lower right. Going to be steep to the upper left, I believe.
Oop.
Well, we got a lot of work. Not easy here. Back and forth. Easy to let up on this swing.
he can't kill it right now. He has to really hit it clean and with speed. Well done.
Very well done. Does the 7 play in the left? Wow. It's probably the cleanest strike he's had. I think he... Oh, well, the 7 plays in the lower right. This could be curtains. Looked like it played, but he's not going to play position for this corner this way if it doesn't go. Oh, the GOAT. 71 years old. And the crowd, they're going to love it.
I wouldn't be surprised. No?
I don't think so. And he's done it. 71 years young. Efren Reyes at the Legends Cup has won his